Welcome back. Welcome back to another installment of Wind Down Wednesday, episode 44. Yes, I know it's not a 43 on the thing, but there will be. It's gonna be a banger back to back. I forgot to post last week. So yeah, you're gonna get a 2-for-1 for today. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Before we get into today's conversation, you know what we gotta do. What we drinking on? We drinking on the watermelon crush Monaco, you know what I'm saying? Tequila. So we got our cup, you know what I'm saying? We got our drink. Get our drinks. Let's take the first sips. That shit is great. You can't never go wrong with a Monaco. Like, you pay what you get, man. You pay for what you get. You pay for what you get. That's what I was trying to say. I gotta get a new hug and everything. But anyway, welcome back. Today we're gonna talk about some crazy things because Nikki she ran her mouth from when was his published? From Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she shut up yet. So we're gonna talk about that today. We're gonna talk about the viral Twitter post that was going around showing all the white women, the young white women that was engaged by the time they was graduating from college and shit like that. We're gonna talk about that post a little bit today, and then we're gonna talk about, to end it all, we're gonna finish up talking about the shorty and her baby being in a fucking diaper in the middle of Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what we're finna talk about today. So let's get into it. So first things first, let's run over Nicki Minaj and the beef that she started and couldn't even finish it. Like, all right, so I don't know. Nicki been on a hating binge for a lot of new female rappers and all this shit. Since her album Queen, she just fell off hard, and I don't think she could accept that shit. Other people say otherwise, but no, be real with yourself. She fell off hard as fuck after that album. And then the only one song that anybody remember was fucking if you're not a bard, the only fucking song you remember was fucking Anaconda. That was damn near the only song people remember for that motherfucking album. So, you know, god damn. Hope I ain't coming on no cold no shit. But yeah. So they had they whole, I guess she's just attacking people to stay relevant at this point, because that's what it fucking seemed like. But Megan dropped, the only thing Megan said in her song hits, and apparently everybody's claiming she hit shots at everybody, but to me, it didn't seem like she hit shots at everybody. But what do I know? I'm not a whatever she called her fan base. Stallion hotties. I'm not a hottie, so I don't know what the fuck, how this got started and shit. But I can say this though. The way Meg handled this whole situation. Well, let me go back to it real quick. So the only thing Megan said that could remotely pertain to fucking Nicki Minaj was Megan's Law. And the crazy part is, the reason why it's called Megan's Law is because of like the origin story. Here, we can look it up real quick. We can look it up because it's named after a young girl that what happened. All right, here we go. It say Megan's Law is the name for a federal law in the United States requiring law enforcement authorities to make information available to the public regarding registered sex offenders. Laws were created in response to the murder of Megan Kanka. So Megan Kanka, let's look her name up. I remember seeing it because her family came out and said, I wish she would have never put it out in the song with her. Meg never would have said Megan's Law, but it's literally called Megan's Law. If you didn't want your daughter's name to be out there in the public, then you shouldn't have. You should have told the government, don't name it Megan's Law, just name it something like Jane's Law or some shit, to where it can just be like Jane Doe. and John Doe just be like for it to represent all women, just put Jane. You know what I'm saying? So the perpetrator was Jesse K. Chimendacas, whatever. It was a pedophile where he killed the 7-year-old girl Megan Cancook. And that's where the whole Megan's Law come from. We get more deep into that later on about some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? But that's another story for the different day. So the only thing Meg said in her song was Megan's Law. Something about Megan's Law. We can look up the lyrics right now and I can tell you. So where it go? Let's look for Megan. Oh, okay. Nope, that's at her on there. Damn. Where the fuck is it at? Let me go to. I'm trying to find it so I could know the. Okay, so I guess the Megan Law shit ain't in here all of a sudden. Let me see. I thought it was pretty early on in the song when I listened to it. Oh, here you go. It say the lyric is, these hoes don't be mad at Megan, these hoes mad at Megan's Law. And that's the only thing she said remotely close to Nicki Minaj. And so Nicki Minaj heard that one fucking lyric and went on a whole fucking rant for like 4 days straight, bro. 4 days straight. She wanna I guess this shit came on Thursday. On Thursday on Twitter, she would not shut the fuck up whatsoever. Her and all her bars would not shut the hell up when this shit came out, bro. The shit she met Nicki Minaj talk from Thursday when she heard it all the way up to Monday to when she dropped the song Bigfoot. And Bigfoot, the only thing she remotely said in this motherfucker, bro. Like, it's even worse than acapella. Like, her whole diss track to Megan was all the tweets that she tweeted at her. Like, that was the laziest fucking diss track ever, that you just used your tweets and then just did that. Like, that shit is stupid. And then, so it was all of that. If y'all don't know, her husband is a registered sex offender and is currently on probation for that. And her 2 brothers are child predators. Well, I wouldn't say child predators, but they said they was predators, you know. And then her dad or her mama is a dope addict or a coke addict, one of the two, or a drug addict. So she got a lot of fucked up shit going on with her, and she over here worried about Megan. The only thing in Megan's Law, she called her Bigfoot. Duh, Megan is like what, 5'9", 5'10", 5'11"? How tall is Megan? Let's see how tall Megan is. She's 5'10". Of course, I'm not expecting no 5'10" shorty to have 4'11" size feet. Like, that's fucking stupid. She will fall over. She ain't gonna have no fucking balance. You'll be seeing her bobbling and walking every fucking where else. Like, that wouldn't be, that's fucking stupid. That's common fucking sense. Of course she ain't gonna be doing that. Damn, she went to Prairie View and Texas Southern. I know she went to both. I remember her going to Texas Southern, but so yeah, she's 5'10". Like, of course her foot is gonna be a little bit on the larger side. Think of all them WNBA bitches. Them motherfuckers got size 12s and 14s and 15s, and these bitches 6 foot, 6'3", 6'4". Like, I think the smallest shorty in the WNBA is probably what, like maybe 5'2" or 5'4", and probably wear a size 9 or even a 10 at the least. You know what I'm saying? So and this is in women's. So it's like duh. Like what's the thing about that? Like let's see. And Nicki Minaj is 5'2". So for her to use Bigfoot as a thing, bro, is really insanity. Because technically, Megan can beat your ass. She's just stand towering over you, just off of your height, just off of height alone. Megan stands 2 times taller than you, like inches taller than you, like according to height. So like that shit is fucking crazy. But yeah, I heard she's still going on tweet rants talking about this is like Ben Shapiro and saying facts. Boy, this shit. And then another thing too, she's 41 fucking, Nicki Minaj is 41 years old and you beefing with a 28-year-old. That is a fucking problem. You don't see Beyonce beefing with no young girls to stay relevant. Beyonce ain't gotta do that shit. You didn't even have to do that shit and you can stay relevant, but you just be getting out shitty ass music and the Barbs are accepting it, but the real ones are like, nah, this ain't it. We want that old Pink Friday and shit. That Pink Friday too? Nah, you know what I'm saying? And another thing is, I'm like, at least Megan is completely 100% homegrown. Nicki ain't, that shit, you can tell none of that shit ain't homegrown, bro. So I'm like, that could be another reason why she mad or whatever, but you know, her BBL hasn't been looking that good lately, and she trying to have kids. I don't think you should have kids when you got plastic in you. It's not. I don't think it's healthy for neither one of y'all. But hey, what do I know? I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm just stating the obvious. But yeah. So they had this whole beat this weekend. So on Friday, somebody exposed all her bank record. Her tax records and says like she owed like almost $160 million in taxes. I'm like, God damn, or $160 million in something. She in some type of debt that's like bad. Like bad. Like, and they looked her name up and everything and all the system. I said, shit. I think I don't know if I like the tweet or not, but you can check out my page and my likes and see it for yourself in there. But yeah, then the next day, they brought Cardi B into the situation. Cause she was beefing with JT. She beefed with JT. She beefed with Cardi B. She had beef with somebody else. Oh, Mulatto. That was the top 3 that they was talking. They was linking back up to how Megan and Megan beef. So JT was the only one that kissed her ass. You know what I'm saying? JT apologized and all that shit. She was the only one that kissed Nicki Minaj's ass. Cardi B didn't. She stood on her word and all that shit. Lotto, she wanted her ass to, call her. They put the tweets back up from Mulatto saying that she been said that, and then in the tweet were Mulatto, and this was 2022, dog. This was 2 fucking years ago. 2022, and she so I guess apparently Nicki Minaj been calling Meg Bigfoot for a long ass time, because in one of the inbox messages to between her and Lotto, it said, I don't care about you or Bigfoot being mad about whatever bullshit. And I'm like, and Mulatto was like, no, you better call me. She sent her number and everything. I don't think she never did, but you know what I'm saying? I don't think Nicki is more on the train of trying to stay relevant now at this point, more so than actually just creating, because she's just pulling a lot of shit out of her ass, because for whatever reason, so that happened. Well, back to Cardi B. So they brought up with Cardi B where she posted a whole video of like Cardi B even was like, no, I ain't kissing your ass, like all this shit, and you mad because of this song and that song, and she brought up how her peoples was doing all this wrong shit, and she was trying to talk about her and all this shit. And then she said, nah, you can come and talk to me personally about that shit, about how she changed her verse 3 times on Motorsport. And she said she wasn't gonna do it. She gonna do the video if she stopped changing, and she gonna keep her verse out of Motorsport and all that shit. I said, God damn. I said, man, Nicki is just making this shit worse and worse for herself. Like, she's not helping her case doing this shit. So then you move on throughout the weekend. All of a sudden now the police starts getting involved. The FBI starts getting involved. These Barbs, this coach she has, of fucking random ass people that she would never ever fucking know personally or would never ever fucking care about. They all of a sudden they kind of trying to defend her and her honor and shit like that. And like they doxing people that's talking bad about her, looking up their names and shit, and finding information, finding where they going and all that shit. And it's like, y'all doing all this for what? You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is insane. It was so many people getting reported. Like they was putting the people that was getting doxxed, they was putting the people that was doxing them, they put their names out there, bro. And people was looking they shit up and going in and searching down their shit and was giving that shit back to them tenfold. I'm like, bro. And then people was releasing people's addresses or linked to a gun registration. You know what I'm saying? Or linked into states that where if you come on a property like something like Alabama, for example, it's shoot to kill. I'm not shooting just to defend myself. No, it's shoot to kill at all times because you coming on my property, it's shoot to kill with my registered firearm. So a lot of them was like, that's why they just releasing information. But if these people really had started pulling up, people would have been dying about Nicki Minaj's name, and she still would never gave a fuck. That's why I say, like, this whole shit was silly. Her barbs, her coke took this to a whole new level, because that's basically what it is now. This is some coke shit. This ain't even just no, oh, we finna stream this and that. So, moving on, they keep coming on, shit like that. Like I said, the police had to go guard Megan's mama's grave, because somebody released Megan's mama's grave, and they was about to go destroy this shit. So they got cops watching over her grave right now. That is fucking pitiful, dog. I'm telling you, Nicki Minaj is not gonna take responsibility for none of this shit she caused. She started all of this shit. All of this. Like, for what? Just trying to stay relevant at this point, cause like, it don't. And then one of her bars keep bringing up Beyonce. Look, me and Old Babes talked about this yesterday. I would rather be co-signed from Beyonce than be having Beyonce featured on one of my songs. For the simple fact that if I get co-signed by her fan base will keep coming back to trying to enjoy my music. Like, they gonna keep coming back because I get co-signed. Anytime I post a song, I know Beyonce, she co-signed, and her team just be like, yeah, go ahead, retweet it, you know what I'm saying, a little bit after everybody hype, you know what I'm saying, everybody, they catch on, but then Beyonce really, like, set the shit on fire because she'll co-sign, you know what I'm saying? Just think about how Jay-Z did, like, when he was co-signing people. He kept, a lot of these people, like you say, you want the co-sign, you don't want no feature. Just think about if Beyonce just featured on one of their songs. That would be the only hot song that they'll have, and it wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't seem too consistent. Now, they might get some fans off of it, but they wouldn't be consistent. I'd rather have that co-sign because I know they coming in back to back, back to back, back to back. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really how it should grow. I don't think a fucking feature is gonna save you from, it's gonna blow up, make you millions. That's just me personally. And Old Babes agree with me. So, yeah, I would take the cosign over a fucking feature. So whoever keeps bringing that shit up is fucking retarded. Like, I don't think you know how entertainment and business actually works. It's the same thing in the business world. Let's just say if Steve Wozniak, I think that was a co-founder. Who the fuck is it now? Tim something. I forgot his name, but the current CEO of Apple, if he started co-signing other projects and shit like that, people will start following, the Apple cult will start following into these other products. Like, they'll start trying out this product and that product, all because of the CEO of Apple. Like, yeah, this is a pretty good product, and we're gonna start perfecting it. We're gonna work hand in hand with them on some things, or we're gonna do this and that. You know what I'm saying? You see it all the time in technology. You see it in business. Like, when people get that cosign, it start going to the moon. Just think how GameStop. One person said, no, we're gonna fuck it and say fuck it and fuck Wall Street, and we're gonna do it our own thing. And they stuck it to Wall Street. Everybody joined in and went up, all because they was getting co-signed by some of the biggest investors. Was like, yeah, go ahead and go fuck with that shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't fucking with my pockets. Matter of fact, I make money with y'all. So that's all it takes is a co-sign to go up. So back to this whole thing. So now moving on, Monday comes around, and guess what drops and hits their airwaves? Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? The worst diss track of all fucking time, bro. This is the worst fucking diss track of all fucking time, bro. Like, This shit has no substance. She repeat a lot of the same shit she already like she say throughout the whole song. She made that's why her mama did a chorus. Like that is so fucking crazy. And it's like for her to be a part of this whole women empowerment and black women empowerment, it's like Nicki is setting y'all ass back like 15 fucking steps because this is fucking pitiful. And this is who y'all want to call a queen. Like this is a horrible fucking example of what I want my daughter to be like. Cause this is not empowerment at all. If anything, this is tearing each other down. Like, and then the thing also with Nicki, she doesn't, as much as people bring up the other shit that's wrong with her, she's completely in denial of that shit. She's not responding to none of that shit. She's not even denying it. So it's even worse when you're not even denying it. I can see if you deny it and be like, whatever is my business, my business. But you know what I'm saying? You're not even denying this shit at this point. You're not even, you basically giving them a guarantee confirmed that, yeah, that's what it is. At least the way Megan's handled it, Megan already knew all the information was already out. So she ain't had nothing to hold back. She made a whole song fighting herself. How she was going into in depression and all this and shit. Like, if y'all ain't heard that song, go listen to I forgot what it's called, but I need to go listen to that. Like I said, the shit is in fucking sane, bro. So really Nicki didn't have much on Meg at all. Like, so it really didn't seem like that's why Meg hasn't said anything since the shit dropped. Since then, all she just keeps saying, keep streaming. Cause she doesn't have shit to say. Like, she don't have she don't have to, she'll let the music speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? The sales and all that shit speak for itself. Unless Nicki wanna address it in person, I don't think Megan is gonna be worried. She's like finna do like Cardi B was pressing her ass. But Cardi B said, no, I'ma still do my fucking music and move on. Bitch. For real. That's how it came on. So hey, this is what y'all call a queen, and yeah, I might want to take some steps back and rethink that, cause this not looking good for y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's not looking good for you barbs. So yeah, she dropped that song, and half her fan base was like, "Oh, this is ass. Like, why did you just use your tweets? It ain't nothing but your tweets over a beat. Like, you telling me somebody else could have did that shit?" You could have had a ghostwriter that probably could have wrote better shit than that. So, but hey, that's been their whole beef, you know what I'm saying? It's still going back and forth. Not going back and forth. It's still a whole bunch of shit. To me, this seems like this is a one-sided beef, because at this point, Megan doesn't give two fucks whatsoever, because if she did, she would have been responded. And, yeah, like, Nicki Minaj, do better. Like, and to all you barbs out there that think this is queen activity, yeah, no, think again. Think a fuck again. All right, so now we're gonna move on to that viral post that was going around about PWIs and the younger white women graduating already engaged. Now, this is all I want to say about this. It's not prioritized. It's prioritized in like white families, especially white families that are already come from money, you know what I'm saying? Or they're already like middle class, but just they on that middle high class or that high middle class, you know what I'm saying? Or they finna get to the high class, you know what I'm saying? They reaching that status, they go to country clubs and all this shit, and they kids bringing all this money. So what I gotta say about this is, with that culture, with like how white women are engaged right in school with degrees and shit, that's because they get the degree, but that degree, most of them do go into debt with it, you know what I'm saying? But a good amount of them, they use their savings fund that they peoples didn't spend for them, and they go to school off of that, and you know what I'm saying? They do their little hoeing around, of course, but then they find the one for them. But a lot of they marriages is not lasting too. But it's saying that, you know what I'm saying, when you look at the statistics, a lot of marriages don't last past, once 10 years hit, it's like they 10 years take the money and go both ways. So, you know, but like I said, it's a priority to them, because like white people see it as like when they family comes together, they can work together in numbers. The man can go and do 12 and 14-hour shifts for the first 10 years and start having kids and stuff like that and setting things up and putting things in motion, setting investments inside and stuff like that because of the backing of his home, you know what I'm saying? His wife can be married and have a degree. She can still work from home. She can work her first 5 years and all the money that she uses and stuff like that it's gonna be put into the home, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of what it is. But I don't know how it is now, but I know that's what it used to be back in the day for damn sure, because that's how you keep the money in the family, you know what I'm saying? And most of these people that get engaged, like when they be in college and shit like that, most of them went to school with they high school, they sweetheart, they went to high school with these kids, they went to elementary and high school and college with the people that they married, you know what I'm saying? They've been with them basically been their whole life. They've been around the family their whole life, stuff like that. Now, it might be in and out in different phases, but for the most part, once the family say, yeah, we like her, you know what I'm saying? That's they go. The white dudes be like, yeah, all right, well, shit, we finna go rock with that and, you know, set up a home, you know what I'm saying? That is the difference. And then versus, like, when you see in a black culture, most black men are not even going to college no more. So it's been slim pickings for that. And I think too, also I think in our culture, women use their degree as like something that makes them better than the next man that he went to tech school and he started out making $50,000 a year, and maybe in about 10 years he'd be making $100,000 instead of her. She went to school for 4 to 6 years or 10 years, however long, went into hundreds of $1,000s in debt, depending on how far she's going up to degree, whether it's bachelor's, master's, or doctor. And now she gets out with a doctor and now she doing whatever, or she gets out with her RN and doing whatever, or whatever, RNCA or whatever the other nurse levels is and stuff like that, or whatever other doctor levels there are, or OBGYNs and all that stuff. So you see them going out and getting these type of degrees, and the men that they want don't want those type of women, you know what I'm saying? They don't want career women because it doesn't help their home, you know what I'm saying? Because if they just focused on their career, that's all they gonna ever be focused on is their career. They're gonna put their career first over their kids, over their family, over their husband, all that stuff. So they don't want a career-oriented woman, you know what I'm saying? So what they be looking for, then when the guys that would accept them, they don't want them because they don't make the same money as they do. But then again, you gotta look about this too. It's about your debt to income ratio. You know what I'm saying? If you got a whole lot more debt than what you making and what you bringing in, you in the negative because you're gonna constantly be in this circle of always owing something. Now, on the other hand, he has a higher debt to income. I mean, he has a lower debt to income ratio because his debt is like maybe $10,000, or it might be some tools off the Snap-on truck. But he making $50,000-$60,000 a year or $40,000 a year, depending on what he's getting into right out the gate, like coming out of tech school for like a year and a half. So it's different avenues, but with our avenues is, as in our black community, we don't respect all avenues, and it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people have, these fantasies and hopes and dreams that, oh, we think we can make it just being on a social media influencer. It's so many people doing social media. It's like, what can you bring that's different from somebody else that can make you more popular? You know what I'm saying? It's a million in Insta, and then it's another thing when they use this term so loosely called Instagram model. You know what I'm saying? Because if I was a real model, I would feel greatly disrespected by that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm putting in real work down runways. Like, I got runways with Dior, Valentino, Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, Dolce and Gabbana, all these bigger like Italian clubs. Like, I'm in Europe running these runways for the spring catalogs, summer catalogs, winter catalogs, and I'm staying in peak condition. I gotta eat specific diets to stay and with the specific parameters. I gotta fit this certain image, you know what I'm saying? If I'm working on that shit constantly day in and day out, and then it's just this bitch that came up off OnlyFans and got Dr. Miami surgery and calling herself a model, I would feel greatly like what the fuck? That shit ain't even natural for one. For two, she didn't even work for her shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Now I really haven't heard much about models saying how they feel about, just anybody being called a model nowadays. But hey, to me personally, that shit would, that would be the thing. But yeah, that's why it's different in every culture and shit. In the Hispanic culture, I see it. I used to see it all the time, especially when I was down south. They men was going out and working. They was in construction. They did everything hands on because it was easier for them to navigate that shit. Everybody found their lane, and that's the thing. That's what they work at. They good at. They good at partying. You know what I'm saying? They good with their hands. Like they can build a house in fucking 2 days. Excuse me. They good at trades. Trades is their thing. So they women just go and stay as long as they women were feminine, feeding them, taking them lunch, all this and that, you know what I'm saying, and helping out around the home. The man, they would go work, they'll work 24 hours straight for their women, you know what I'm saying? It's a different dynamic. So for them, it's based, you know what I'm saying, once they get kids and stuff like that, I don't know if they have marriage. I didn't necessarily see marriage between them too often. Well, I don't look into that culture too often, but yeah. Same, and with Asians, like they go and they a doctor, they get together. You know what I'm saying? Most of the Asians get together in like these graduate programs, all this shit. So, like I said, marriage, a ring and a marriage should not be gauged off of what it is. You know what I'm saying? Each culture is different. Each culture sees that ring as something that's a lot of value versus like to no value whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, black people don't see marriage. Black people will have kids before they have a ring. Like a lot of women is allowing that shit. Like all these people that be having multiple baby dads, like they allow that shit before they allow getting a ring or somebody being committed to them. And I think that's why marriage is not a thing in our community. That's why it's not a thing in our community no more. Now it is the few here and there, but for the most part, baby daddy and baby mama, that's what it is with our culture. You know what I'm saying? White people is more so about how can this marriage get a tax break? How can we make money off this marriage? Marriage to white people is a business. Marriage to Hispanics is like building a family. I'm coming home bringing money. We can elevate and go together. You know what I'm saying? I'm serving. I'm protecting my family. I'm serving my family. You know what I'm saying? When a wife is serving me back, you know what I'm saying? She's serving. She caretaking the children, making sure they have a great upbringing, putting them in specific programs and schools and stuff like that. Just keeping ahead of that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Asians. You know what I'm saying? They, like I said, they more so like aligned with the white people thing, but a lot of them, it'll be in the family with like I know this family, I know him from, that's our parents or friends, and that's how we met with each other. And then we went our separate ways, got to grad school, and we met back up again and got married. Bam. You know what I'm saying? One of them is Dr. Yoon, one of them is Dr. Ling, or they do the other route and they do the hard working route like the Hispanics. They go and get these restaurants. You know what I'm saying? They go and get these restaurants. They use their culture, their food, and sell it to they wanted people to indulge in their culture. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is the biggest thing that holding black people back. As much as we say people are culture vulture, we're still the ones that will scam each other, do this to each other. Like that's fucking sad. So the way you stop culture vulture, it's just allow people to be a part of your culture, allow people to experience it. I'm not saying they can go around saying nigger and nigga this and nigga that. No, that's not our culture. We gotta get out of that shit. Nigga is not our culture. Let's say that now. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop saying. We gotta keep that out. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now I do get what Eddie Griffin was saying. Non-immigrants gaining, gathering, and achieving. That's cool, you know what I'm saying? But the way most people wouldn't see nigga as that aspect, you know what I'm saying? So, like I say, let's kind of slow that up in our category, in our vocabulary a little bit, and you know what I'm saying? Be a little bit better. But yeah, that's my whole standpoint on that little post with marriage and stuff like that. And yeah, it's more folk depending on the culture. It just some are focused on it more than others. Some are not focused on it at all. Baby daddy, baby mama culture. So that's like you have to internalize your own problems first before you can just go start pointing out, oh well, they do it because of this, this, and this, or they did not do that, but I can't find a husband to save my life, but I do got 2 kids and this and that, and it's like I can't find a woman and I got 2 kids and I got 2 baby mamas to deal with, but I still want a wife and stuff like that. Other people don't want to put up with somebody else's pre-made family. Don't nobody want that shit. Don't nobody want to put up with that shit with other baby mamas and baby daddies. Like, that's it. And that shit gets so messy to the point to where they be spreading diseases amongst each other and all that shit. And that's a whole nother story for a different day. But yeah. So the last thing I just want to touch on real quick. The lady that was in Walmart, fully clothed, a coat and all, in the freezer section of Walmart. I don't know where this was at, but this was in the freezer section of Walmart in the middle of winter, might I ask you. Might I add to you? Because everybody in the video had coats on and shit. And they attacked the lady that called that lady out. This is why I say feminism is the detrimental to their own people. Women kill themselves. They take 1 step forward and take 10 steps back. They do it to themselves. Don't nobody have to do it to them. They do it to themselves, bro. For the simple fact this, a black woman called out another black woman, and other black men and black women was calling out this woman for like, why you got this baby in a trash bag and in a diaper? Just in a diaper outside in these elements. She ain't no shoes on, no socks on, no nothing. This baby was literally physically shivering in this cart he was sitting in, and she just on her phone scrolling while they recording her and shit, not giving a fuck. This is the whole point of where every kid deserves a parent, but not every parent deserves to be a fucking parent. Not every parent deserve kids, you know what I'm saying? It comes with that, because the level of selfishness that shit takes is in fucking sanity. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine if that's just what they picked out. Just imagine all the other abusive shit she probably was doing at home. Like whenever this man was crying, just beating him senseless or something. So we're the point to where like he know if he started crying, she either gonna ignore it or she gonna beat the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? Just think about the psychological effects this shit has on kids and how they grow up to do the shit that they do. You know what I'm saying? Where they end up at. That's why gangs was so heavy in our culture and so pushed, because they couldn't find that love in their fathers or in their mothers, so they went to a gang to they big homie. That big homie they looked up to. Showed them more love than any other people around. That's why most of these people run around the streets. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I say the baby mama, baby daddy shit has to stop, because just nothing and just doing this and just having kids, no, we can't do that. We gotta do better amongst ourselves. We gotta do better for our people, put a better representation for ourselves. We are constantly the main ones on the front line screaming, we want equality, we want this, we want that, all this shit. But how do you expect somebody to respect you if you don't even have enough respect to respect yourself? You know what I'm saying? How do you expect other cultures to look and be like, oh yeah, they, I respect them, cool, they bring me good business, I bring them good business, stuff like that, whatever. It's mutual. We enjoy each other's culture, stuff like that. It's just that's why it's so easy for cultures to come in, and Arabs, Asians, they can come in and take these fucking stores, like the beauty supply stores. It used to be a black-owned beauty supply store off Chippewa in, I don't want to say that was Hampton or Chippewa, and further up the street on Chippewa. That shit is gone. And this was like when I was like 16, 17. This was only like maybe 6, 7 years ago. You know what I'm saying? This is why they and then the thing is too, we do it to ourselves, man. We do it to ourselves. We have no collective worth. We don't have no community amongst ourselves. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? They put men and women against us. Once they did it to us first, it was easy to spread it out to everybody else because everybody else follows suit what we do. They follow suit what we do. I don't know how feminism made black women the front line, but they did. They did it damn well too. That's why I say women do it to themselves. They shoot themselves in the foot. Most. I'm not talking about all of them, but a good amount of them do it. Because a lot of women was dragging that one woman for calling another woman out on her bullshit. And for getting her locked up and getting her child sent to CPS. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying CPS is a good organization at all either, but I'm pretty sure they involved in some child trafficking shit. But that'd be another thing, another little theory we'll talk about. But yeah, this is just why accountability and responsibility should be held up against each other. We should hold each other to a higher standard. Be accountable for one another, you know what I'm saying? Or silly shit is gonna keep happening like this. Like two black women going at it, which really it seemed like I was really only one-sided. You know what I'm saying? To the point to where she got people harassing her family and harassing family of other people and all that stuff, releasing addresses and stuff. So, hey, y'all keep doing stuff for people that don't even know you or don't even give a fuck about you. You gonna make your life 10 times hard. This one girl was going to a tech school and she posted somebody else's, some other dude's shit. The dude said, you got 24 hours to respond. She thought he was bluffing. He said he sent the email to multiple people and multiple other people joined in and was sending this one message that where he sending to multiple people. Not once did he put out her address or do any of that. All he did was simply say, this is the school and bam, this is the message I typed up as a person of character and stature and the laws with being a nurse and stuff like that and holding people's private information. I don't think this is, you know what I'm saying, whoop-de-whoop. And I'm like, damn. You feel me? Like, checkmate. That nigga saying, no neglects. So, look, y'all better stop playing with these people, man, because some people will take it. People are not going to stop until people wind up dead. I'm just saying. People are not going to stop until people wind up dead. But, hey, what do I know? I'm going to run over this with y'all real quick. We're going to keep using the word of the week from 2 weeks ago. Versatility, you know what I'm saying? The ability to adapt or be adapted to many different functions or activities, you know what I'm saying? Keep being versatile, keep learning some new skills, and keep growing within yourself, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? I just want to take this as a positive message. Let's start something and grow something together as a community over here, you know what I'm saying? We gonna come together. We gotta have the hard conversations to be better people, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. Have these tough conversations. I know people don't want to hear it, but you gotta put your pride to the side, say, yeah, I'm fucked up for that, you know what I'm saying? Where can we go from there? How can we go? How can we build in our communities? How can we buy a box play? How can we run our own stores and our own gas station, you know what I'm saying? So let's get back to that, y'all. And for it being February 1st, Black History Month, I got a special for y'all, the Million Strong March on Washington and OT. Fresh from my boy over at Mezo, you know what I'm saying, _ me.zo on Instagram, you know what I'm saying. This was a nice long sleeve, so he might have some on the website, he might not, you know what I'm saying. Go check it out. So this is the Black History Month shirt for this episode. And yeah, go check out Put On Notice, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram. And all links in the description. And I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Or Friday. So, you choose. What's up? You want to say hi?